Well, they were the images that many were hoping to see on the day Her Majesty said farewell to her husband of 73 years. After so much conjecture about what would happen when Princes William and Harry came together today, this was the result. Harry smiling as he spoke to the Duchess of Cambridge outside the chapel. Then Harry, Kate and William talking like old times as they made their way back to Windsor Castle together.
7 News Europe Bureau Chief Hugh Whitfield is at Windsor Castle. Hugh, they appeared extremely relaxed together, and I suppose they're the only two people that know what it's like to hold that role of Prince in the positions that they do.
Yeah, exactly. I think also the important thing to keep in mind is that they knew the cameras would be watching, and you also see the important role that Kate played in bringing those princes together following a funeral that was all about the service of an incredible life from Prince Philip. It was a ceremonial funeral with no fuss, designed by Prince Philip himself, just like his hearse. A modified Land Rover to carry his coffin to St George's Chapel. On top of the casket, in a sealed envelope, a private note from Her Majesty. On the toughest of days, the Duke of Edinburgh's children and grandchildren took the long walk to the chapel following the Land Rover. Today there would be no military uniforms as traditionally worn, the Queen ordering them instead to wear suits with military medals to avoid controversy. Charles and Anne taking the lead, but it was William and Harry most people were watching. Her Majesty making the journey in her Bentley with her lady-in-waiting. It was our first glimpse of the Queen on her day of heartbreak, wearing a face mask according to Britain's COVID rules. Then, at 3 p.m, as the Duke's coffin reached the chapel entrance, gunfire, as the United Kingdom fell silent in a mark of respect.
Number one! Number one! Fire! Fire!
Inside the chapel, a haunting image of the Queen, alone and barely visible, with a big hat and that mask hiding her face. Socially distant from the rest of her family, listening to the Dean of Windsor giving thanks for the remarkable life of her husband.
With grateful hearts, we remember the many ways in which his long life has been a blessing to us. We have been inspired by his unwavering loyalty to our Queen, by his service to the nation and the Commonwealth, by his courage, fortitude and faith.
Then after the service, the moment perhaps few people had anticipated. William, Harry and Kate looking as close as ever, chatting, just like old times.
Surely one image that would gladden the heart of the Queen on such a day.
Well, it is often said that funerals are moments of reconciliation, and that is a sight, let's be honest, that many people really wanted to see, not least those in the family themselves.
So the family continued walking up Chapel Hill to the state apartments here at Windsor Castle, where there has been some sort of a wake. It's described by the palace as private family time. If it was a wake, they would have been allowed to gather inside, but the numbers would have been capped at 15. Like so much of today, like so much of life in Britain over the last
12 months it has been impacted by COVID, guys.